Hello friends, welcome to Let's Make Notes with Jess. Today we are going to do question answers of Class 9 English Chapter 1 How I Taught My Grandmother to Read. Also, don't forget to check the mind map at the end of the video for quick revision. So, let's get started. Let's begin with the first question. Why do you think the grandmother felt embarrassed to ask someone else to read to her while the narrator was away? The grandmother, Krishnaka, never went to school and was illiterate. She felt embarrassed to ask others to read for her because she did not want people to know about her inability to read. She was self-conscious and preferred to keep it a secret. Therefore, she did not ask anyone else to read to her when the narrator was away. Next question is, why did the narrator initially laugh at her grandmother's determination to learn at the age of 62? The narrator initially laughed because she found it unusual for an elderly person to learn at the age of 62. She thought that learning at such an age would be difficult. Seeing her grandmother with grey hair and wrinkled hands, she doubted her ability to learn like young people. This shows her childish thinking and lack of understanding of determination. Now, let's move to the next question. What significance does the story Kashi Yatri have in both the grandmother's life and the story? Answer is, firstly, in the grandmother's life, Kashi Yatri, a novel written by Triveni, tells the story of an old woman who wishes to visit Kashi in Varanasi. The grandmother strongly identified herself with the protagonist because she too had never been to Kashi. The story became very important to her and she developed a deep emotional connection with it. Second, in the story, the grandmother was illiterate and dependent on the narrator to read the novel aloud. When the narrator went away, she could not read the next episode. This made her feel helpless and motivated her to learn reading and writing at the age of 62. Thus, the novel became the turning point in her life. Next question is, what does the grandmother's desire to learn the Kannada alphabet reflect about her? The grandmother's desire to learn the Kannada alphabet at the age of 62 reflects her strong determination and willpower. She was hardworking and disciplined learner. It shows that she valued education and independence and believed that age is no barrier to learning. Let's move to the next question. What lessons can we infer from the grandmother's action of touching the narrator's feet? The grandmother's action of touching the narrator's feet shows her humility, gratitude, and deep respect for education and teachers. It highlights that learning and teaching are noble acts, and those who impart knowledge deserve respect regardless of their age. It also shows that true greatness lies in being humble and valuing knowledge. Now, the next question is, what does the following line tell us about the broader theme of the story? For a good cause, if you are determined, you can overcome any obstacle. This line highlights the importance of determination and strong willpower. It shows that if a person is truly committed, they can achieve their goals despite any difficulties. The story conveys that with dedication and effort, one can overcome any obstacle regardless of age. It reinforces the idea that where there is a will, there is a way. Let's move on to the next question. How effectively does the story highlight the value of education in supporting personal independence? The story effectively highlights the importance of education in achieving personal independence. The grandmother feels helpless and dependent because she cannot read, even though she is financially secure. Earlier, her granddaughter used to read the novel Kashi Yatri to her, which she listened to with great interest. However, when the narrator went away, she could not read the next episode. This made her realize the true value of education. Determined to overcome her weakness, she learned reading and writing at the age of 62. Her success shows that with determination and hard work, one can become independent and overcome any obstacle regardless of age. Now, let's quickly look at the mind map of this chapter, which will help you to revise everything in a simple and a quick way. This mind map shows the main points of the chapter like characters, themes, tone, message, and key events. You can use this for quick revision. Thank you for watching.